With less than a month to go, the excitement is building for the highly anticipated clash between WBA super featherweight champion Lamont Roach Jr. and WBA lightweight champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Roach is determined to accomplish what 30 other fighters couldn't, hand Davis his first defeat. But with the odds heavily against him, many in the boxing world have already counted him out, or have they? Recent reports suggest that Tank was actually knocked out by a sparring partner during training camp.
No, I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is.
The road to this fight has been anything but smooth, with multiple delays pushing the bout back. Originally set for December, then moved to January, the fight is now scheduled for March 1st in Brooklyn, New York. Unfortunately for Lamont Roach Jr., the postponements haven't worked in his favor. Even with the extra time to train, he's still struggling to win over fans and analysts who doubt his chances against Gervonta Davis. While excitement for the fight continues to build, most people seem to have already decided Roach doesn't stand a chance.
I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all the people talking shit about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog, and he want to prove his skills against a dog. So I'm gonna show y'all what happens when two dogs get in the ring.
Lamont Roach Jr. recently uploaded a YouTube video featuring highlights from his training camp, but it didn't quite have the impact he was hoping for. The footage was a compilation of sparring sessions, showing Roach landing clean, powerful shots that appeared to drop multiple opponents. While it may have been intended to showcase his strength and skill, the response from fans and boxing experts told a different story. Instead of being impressed, many questioned the quality of his competition and whether the video was truly a sign of his readiness for Gervonta Davis.
I say 9th round.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look, he looked at
Nah, I'm telling you saying you going down in a 9?
The situation becomes even more challenging when you consider the history between these two fighters. Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. have faced off before in the amateur ranks, with Davis reportedly winning both encounters. This, combined with Roach's underwhelming sparring footage, has only fueled skepticism among fans. While Roach mates have hoped his training clips would boost confidence in his chances, they instead gained traction on social media platforms like Pound for Pound, sparking debate. The question being asked is simple: does Roach truly have a shot against Davis, or is this just wishful thinking? The backlash was swift, and fans didn't hold back. The overall reaction was clear. Roach's sparring footage did little to convince the boxing world that he could pull off an upset against Davis. In fact, it seemed to have the opposite effect. One fan even commented, "Footage like this is always a red flag. Who are they trying to convince?" This sentiment quickly spread throughout the comment section. For many, sparring clips alone aren't enough to change opinions, especially when the fighter in question doesn't have a strong knockout record. While releasing training footage is a common tactic to build hype, this particular video failed to make the impact Roach was hoping for.
Fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach always, he come to fight, and I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about, why Roach? Because he signed and took the fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
Roach holds a record of 25 wins, but with only 10 coming by knockout, his power has been a major point of concern, especially given who he's up against. Gervonta Davis, known as one of the hardest punchers in the sport, is on a completely different level. The idea of Roach, who has struggled to secure knockouts, overpowering, or even stopping Davis seems far-fetched to many. Fans were quick to dismiss the sparring footage, arguing that it does little to indicate how Roach would actually perform against a fighter of Davis's caliber.
Tank and Lamont Roach. Is that the right opponent for Tank?
I don't know why everybody is kind of sleeping on Lamont, but he has a decorated amateur career too. He's a very sturdy kid. He's very skilled. Tank is Tank. You know, and when I say Tank is Tank.
One fan didn't hold back, bluntly calling for Roach's team to stop posting sparring footage. Stop it. There's a reason Tank ducked his whole weight class and went to 130 lbs again. Go figure. The comment read. This jab at Davis's decision to move down in weight only added more fuel to the debate. For years, fans have criticized Davis for not facing rising star Shakur Stevenson, a current lightweight champion. To some, Tank's move back to 130 lbs appears strategic, avoiding the toughest challenges rather than proving his dominance at lightweight. Another comment that gained attention criticized Roach for boasting about dropping his sparring partners. There's zero point in bragging about hurting your sparring partners. They're not there to KO Roach. Tank by round 5. The fan wrote, "Sparring is meant to be a controlled environment where fighters sharpen their skills, not a place to score knockouts. It's about refining technique, timing, and defense, not proving power." Roach himself has said he's focused on improving and reaching peak condition, but showcasing clips of him flooring sparring partners felt like an attempt to make his training camp seem more impressive than it really was.
See, little big bro coming out with the upset. A lot of people are going to pick Tank going into that fight, but how do you see that playing out?
I see my brother walking out victorious. No, there's no doubt. Not because that's my brother, but because I seen him in the gym.
A lot of people are picking Tank to win that fight, but how do you see it playing out? I see my brother walking out victorious, no doubt. And it's not just because he's my brother, but because I've seen him in the gym. I know what he's capable of.
I know Lamont Roach, but, you know, when you're looking at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at, you know, these other fighters that he should really be fighting, you know, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
So don't come and but don't come and come at me.
Yeah.
And go, oh yeah, let's give it all, you know, very big bollocks, and go, oh yeah, let's give.
Criticism of Roach's knockout power has been a consistent theme throughout his career. With a 40% knockout rate, he's not known for finishing fights with a single punch. Fans are quick to point out that someone with such a low knockout ratio would likely struggle against a knockout artist like Davis. One fan even suggested that Roach's camp might be going to extreme lengths to hype up his chances, implying that the sparring partners he was showcasing might not even be legitimate fighters, perhaps hired actors to build his confidence. The comment reflected the growing frustration among fans who have little belief in Roach's chances.
Just like that. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Gonna get active.
Despite the skepticism, a few fans still held out hope for an upset. I'd love to see him end Gervonta's career and drop his stock, but that's highly unlikely, one fan admitted. While these fans were hoping for an unexpected victory, they also acknowledged the tough reality. Davis is one of the most feared fighters in the sport. With Roach's limited knockout power and his past struggles against Davis, it's hard to picture him pulling off a surprising win.
What was that to you, like that moment in sparring?
What, when I saw him?
Yeah, because he said you never heard him and nothing like that.
He was scared to even get in the ring with me. And he talked about he stopped somebody before me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one of my guys. No, he didn't. No, he did touch him up.
Yeah,
but he didn't stop him. He didn't stop him.
Meanwhile, behind the scenes, some interesting news surfaced. Reports have claimed that Tank Davis was recently dropped during sparring. This has only fueled more rumors and speculation about his preparation for the fight. If Davis, a fighter renowned for his knockout power, can be dropped in sparring, it raises questions about his vulnerability in the ring. Could Roach capitalize on this weakness, or is this just another indication that Davis's training camp is being blown out of proportion? While Roach is dropping sparring partners left and right, Davis's camp is facing its own set of challenges. Some are questioning whether Davis's camp has enough top-level talent to properly prepare him for a fighter like Roach, especially with the rumors surrounding his sparring sessions. If Tank can be dropped in training, what will happen when he faces Roach in the ring? Will Davis's knockout power be enough to shut down Roach's momentum? Or could the underdog pull off a surprise and defy the odds? Even with reports of Tank being knocked down, there are still no signs that he's slowing down.
He
I don't give a fuck who you come with. I know who you come with. Them niggas ain't gonna be able to stop none of this shit. I don't give a fuck.
I know. I'm the one.
Colt.
With the weight of his WBA lightweight title on the line, Davis is fully focused on maintaining his reign as of boxing's most feared and skilled fighters. While Roach may be a relatively unknown name to casual fans, he's far from a slouch in the ring. The reigning WBA super featherweight champion earned special permission from the sanctioning body to move up in weight and challenge for a title in a second division, all while keeping his 130 lbs title. This move is ambitious, as Roach will step into the much larger lightweight division, where Davis has made a name for himself as a dominant force. Despite many dismissing Roach's chances, Tank is taking the challenge seriously, recognizing that the fighter from Washington, D.C. has the skills to pose a real threat.
DC and Baltimore guys don't like each other. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So
yeah.
It was a DC guy that I got into it with.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So one of the older guys named
Davis, who was elevated to full WBA world champion in November 2023 after Devin Haney relinquished the title, has made it clear that he's not overlooking Roach. Having faced him twice in their amateur careers, Tank knows Roach's technical skills well. But Davis is also fully aware that the stakes are much higher now. Both men are fighting for more than just bragging rights. This is a pivotal moment in their professional careers. The two amateurs are now stepping into the world of pro boxing, where every punch matters, and Tank isn't taking any chances with his preparation. In the lead up to the fight, Davis has made a statement with his training footage, showing fans that he's refining every aspect of his game. One of the standout moments came in a 13-second clip where Tank demonstrated jaw-dropping hand speed during a pad session with his coach, Patrice Harris. The video went viral in no time, with fans and analysts alike stunned as Davis's hands moved so fast it was almost impossible to keep up. The clip quickly sparked a flood of comments, with many praising Davis for his incredible speed and apparent top-notch condition. One fan summed it up perfectly, saying, "Now he's looking sharp." Another fan echoed the sentiment, adding, "Looks to be in incredible shape already." Yet another comment highlighted Davis's speed, calling him the fastest hands at lightweight. The praise was widespread, and it was clear that Davis had made a serious impression with the short clip. Some fans even went as far as to say, "He keeps getting faster," pointing to the consistency of Tank's evolution as a fighter and showing that he's not just resting on his laurels.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor.
But speed isn't the only aspect of Davis's preparation that's turning heads in the boxing world. His fitness is another key factor. Tank has always been known for his explosive power and relentless aggression in the ring, but his hand speed combined with his conditioning shows that he's ready to bring a new level of intensity come fight night. Despite all of his past success, Davis continues to push himself to new heights, and this fight against Roach will be no different.
What? Who said that? You said what? You said what? Yeah, that's why I've been waiting for the niggas to talk. How much you want back? How much you want it back? Because I came up here alone. How much y'all want back? How much you want back? Just call it out. Huh?
Of course, it's not just Davis's training footage that has the boxing world buzzing. There are also reports that Tank was recently dropped during sparring. While sparring sessions aren't always an accurate reflection of how a fighter will perform in an actual fight, this incident serves as a reminder that even the most skilled boxers aren't immune to mistakes. The news of Tank being dropped has sparked plenty of discussion, but sparring is typically a time for fighters to work on weaknesses, test new strategies, and push themselves out of their comfort zones. It's not uncommon for a fighter to be caught off guard during sparring, but that doesn't necessarily mean those mistakes will carry over into a real fight.
What? Who said that? You said what? You said what? Yeah, that's why I've been waiting for the niggas to talk. How much you want back? How much you want it back? Because I came up here alone. How much y'all want back? How much?
Despite the sparring mishap, Davis's fans remain confident that he'll be more than prepared for Roach. After all, Tank is known for making adjustments and learning from every fight and training session. His camp is one of the most well-rounded and methodical in the sport, and he's consistently proven that he can rise to the occasion when it matters most. But Tank's preparations aren't happening in isolation. His fight against Roach is part of a stacked event with several other exciting matchups on the undercard.
My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. Telling you,
they gonna celebrate with me. Yeah.
As much as some are excited for the fight, others aren't so convinced. Rolando Romero, who knows Tank Davis's power and skill firsthand, doesn't hold back when discussing the upcoming matchup. The former opponent of Tank sees this as a one-sided affair unless something goes drastically wrong for Davis on fight night. Romero believes the odds are heavily stacked in Tank's favor and offers a clear analysis of why he expects the Baltimore native to secure another victory. Romero starts by pointing out Lamont Roach's decision to move up in weight to challenge Tank. He doesn't think this move will benefit Roach. The thing is, Lamont Roach is moving up in weight. That's not a good plan when you're facing a vicious puncher, Romero says. He doesn't want to take away from Roach's talent, but expresses concern about how he'll handle the added weight and Tank's powerful punches. Moving up in weight often brings challenges, and Romero views this as a significant disadvantage for Roach, who will be facing a stronger and harder hitting opponent in Tank.
Beat his ass.
He can't do shit. Wait,
for real. I better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all was quiet. If y'all was loud.
We got the whole hood over there.
Like, twist.
Romero points out that his fight with Tank Davis is very different from what Roach will face in the ring. He believes you can't compare his knockout power to Roach's, saying, "I'm a different kind of puncher." While Romero is confident in his ability to knock out opponents, he makes it clear that Tank is on another level. He describes Tank as a different beast with power that's more calculated, devastating, and precise.
Would you consider you and Gervonta friends?
Friends? Probably.
Is it gonna be hard to go in the ring and fight your friend?
Not at all.
Are you all gonna be friends after?
Yeah, why not?
Either way it goes.
Both making money.
But you guys are making each other bleed.
Hopefully I just make him bleed.
I'm sure.
Romero believes Roach can't just hope that Tank's punches won't land, or that he'll be slow enough to avoid them. In his eyes, Tank's punching power is one of the most dangerous factors in the fight, and it's not something Roach will easily handle. Romero thinks there's no realistic way for Roach to win, no matter how the fight goes. When asked if Roach has any chance of victory, Romero's response is straightforward and clear: no.
Yeah, man, I mean, it's gonna go. Tank gonna be losing the first 3 rounds. Then he's gonna download the data. Then he gonna knock this dude out in round 7 or 8. Then he gonna do the backflip. Then Jim Gray's gonna get in the ring, or Caleb Plant's away and say, "Who do you want next?" And Tank's gonna say, "I want all those guys." And they're gonna go to the press conference, and Elliot Setback's gonna say, "Who do you want next?" He say, "I want all."
Romero believes Tank has too many advantages: experience, power, and size. He stresses that while Roach may have some strengths, they won't be enough to overcome what Tank brings to the table. Tank has the experience, a stronger punch, and the conditioning to handle the higher weight, something Roach will struggle with. Romero is confident that Roach's skills won't measure up to Tank's raw power and technique. In a fight where everything is in Tank's favor, Romero can't see any way for Roach to win. Romero dismisses any argument that Roach could be a better boxer than Tank, calling it a fantasy. He insists that Tank's boxing skills are far superior to Roach's, pointing out Tank's combination of speed, accuracy, and ring IQ. Romero knows from experience how Tank can break down opponents, using his defense and ability to control the pace of the fight to his advantage, skills Roach will struggle to handle. Romero emphasizes that Tank has the edge in every area. He's stronger, faster, and more powerful. Roach, moving up in weight, might lose some speed and agility, which could hurt his performance. The fight is at a weight class where Tank is more comfortable, and Romero doesn't believe Roach can match him physically.
Beat his ass.
He can't do shit. Wait,
For real. I better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all was quiet, if y'all was loud.
We got the whole wood over there.
Like, twisted up.
Tank's punching power, quickness, and ability to control the fight are all major factors that make him such a tough opponent, and Romero, along with many others, believe Roach won't be able to adjust quickly enough to keep up. What do you think? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.